Good afternoon and welcome to the question of the week. My hope is to challenge your thought process and to always be able to back up with scripture why we believe something. This week's question is, was the Sabbath only commanded for Israel and the Jews? The short answer is absolutely not. The Sabbath is for everybody. And we're going to look at plenty of scripture today, but ultimately I'm going to show you why it's for everyone just by simply using logic. Now we could dig deep into Exodus 12:38, which tells us that when the Israelites left Egypt, there was a multitude of Gentiles that left with them, and together they all received the laws and the commandments at Mount Sinai together. Or we could use Exodus 12:49 that tells us these same laws apply to both the native born and the foreigner. But ultimately someone's going to say, we're in the new covenant now. That's the one for the Gentiles. Then we could talk about Jeremiah 31:31 and Hebrews 8:8. And I could show you where it says the new covenant is for the house of Israel and the house of Judah, and that the Gentiles aren't even mentioned. But wait, there's more. Then we could dig deep into Romans 11, where Paul tells us that as Gentiles, we are in fact grafted into the tree of Israel. He tells us very clearly not to get arrogant, that Israel is the root and that we, the Gentiles, are grafted into them, not the other way around. We see in the New Testament in Galatians 3:28 where God says we are all the same in his eyes. Well, if we're all the same, how can there be one set of laws for Israel and a different set of laws for us as Gentiles? There isn't. Let's get back to that logic thing from before. No matter who you think the laws and the commandments were given to that day at Mount Sinai, we have got to agree that they were all given to the same group of people at the same time. There's no arguing that fact. So if we believe they were just for Israel, okay, then they're all just for Israel, and none of them apply to us as Gentiles today. Which means as Gentiles, we can have other gods, we can make idols, we can take the Lord's name in vain, dishonor our parents, murder, commit adultery. I think you get my point. We all know that we can't do those things. But if we believe that any of those apply to us today, then we have to believe they all apply to us today. We can't say 9 of the commandments for everybody and the 4th one wasn't. That doesn't make any sense. They were all given at one time. They're even listed back to back to back in the Bible. We're either grafted in and made part of the new covenant or we're not. We can't claim all the benefits of the covenant without having to keep any rules of the covenant. We can't logically argue that some are for us and others are not. The Bible isn't a buffet. We don't get to pick and choose which ones we want to obey. I've seen a lot of changes in the church just in my 58 years, and they weren't all good. As for me, I only care about what God says. The Bible starts in Genesis at creation and ends in about 95 AD with 1st, 2nd, 3rd John and Revelation. Anything that changed after that time was man's doing. It wasn't God's. I challenge us all to make sure that our beliefs line up with Scripture. Don't believe something because I told you, or a YouTube video told you, or even your pastor told you. Believe it when you see the Bible say it. The Sabbath day and the Lord's day are not the same. If we aren't keeping the Sabbath day as the 4th commandment says to, we need to ask ourselves why and see if our reason is actually in Scripture. As always, I hope this video has been helpful. See you next time.